So I have this weight here, 800 pounds, suspended from two cables, and I want to know what the tension is. So I know, first of all, I know I have a force that's going down, and so it's negative 800 because it's in the negative y direction, J. So I have that force. I'm going to call that 3. Now I'm going to draw a line here, and I know that this angle is 35 and this is 50. So I have here for force 2, it has an angle of 50 degrees. And this is going to be force 1, and that has an angle all the way to here, which is 145 degrees, 180 minus 35. So I have my angle, so I know that, I'm going to write some equations. I know that F1 equals the magnitude of F1 times cosine of 145 degrees I plus sine 145 degrees J. And I know that F2 is the magnitude of F2 times the cosine of 50 degrees I plus the sine of 50 degrees J. And then my F3 is negative 800 J. Now I know that the force going up equals the force going down, so I know that F1 plus F2, or there's actually a static equilibrium, so I can add F3, and altogether that's going to be 0 because it's suspended, it's not moving. So I know that that I have, I can put all these together. So I have F1 cosine 145 degrees I plus F2 cosine 50 degrees I, so those are my x direction, plus F1 sine 145 degrees J plus F2 sine 50 degrees J minus 800 J, and that all equals 0. So the i's, F1 cosine 145 plus F2 cosine 50 equals 0. And I can solve that, and if I move things around, I find that the magnitude of F1 equals 0.7847 times the magnitude of F2. And I'm going to plug that in here, and so I have, I know that the sine of 145 is 0.5736, and the sine of 50 is 0.766. So I know that I'm going to plug in F1, so I have 0.7847 times 0.736 plus 0.766, and those are all times F1, and that's going to equal 800. And I bring that 800 over. So that tells me that F2. That tells me that F2 is 657.8 newtons. So this one is 657.8. If I do the math, I divide 800 by this amount. And then I plug that in for F1. So now I know F1 is 0.7847 times the magnitude of F2, which is 657.8 newtons. And that tells me that the magnitude of F1, this is really the magnitude of F2, magnitude of F1 is 516.2 newtons.